Well, you need a pre-approval letter to look at homes. If it's a great real estate professional, they're not going to take you out looking at homes unless you have a pre-approval letter. So that's the concept today. And we like helping you understand why you need to have a pre-approval letter before you start looking at a home. Just a little bit about me, because I do share this, and we repurpose these workshops, even though we'd love to bring them to you right here on Go Country. But I've been doing this for a long, long time. Bought my first houses in the mid-'80s, early '80s. Certified mortgage advisor, certified divorce lending professional. Been doing radio since 2010, about 2,300 shows, almost 2,400 shows. So I've talked to, you name it, bankruptcy attorneys, divorce attorneys, financial planners. Get to interview all of them over the last 11 years of doing radio. And it's great because it gets me a lot of education that I can share with you. So let's get an overview of what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to cover why you need a pre-approval letter before you start looking at homes. We're going to discuss the reason the real estate agents and sellers prefer to work with customers who are already pre-approved. We'll go over everything you need to know, including what the benefits are and how it can help you find a home faster. So let's get started. You may be wondering what it is like to buy a home. If you haven't bought one in a while, it's not the same as what it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago. We're in a different world, different market. Should you start your search online? Should you go out and look at homes? Should you get pre-approved for a loan first? What's the first step? What's a pre-approval letter? Pre-approval letter is a written letter from a mortgage lender that states that you have been tentatively approved for a mortgage. Your pre-approval letter includes the specific amount you're approved for, as well as your interest rate and loan term. And it is what sellers are looking for to make sure that if they accept your offer, you'll actually be able to get financing for the house you are buying. If you're looking for a home, it's important to know how much you can afford, and sellers feel more comfortable knowing that you have already been pre-approved. Here's an issue. If you're going out and shopping before you're pre-approved, maybe you're looking for a $900,000 house and you can only afford, based on your qualifications, an $800,000 house. Right? You're going to be disappointed when you start going and looking at the $800,000 homes. So get pre-approved first. To get pre-approved, you must easy for me to say. To get pre-approved, you must first meet with a mortgage lender. You'll need to complete the following steps to get a pre-approval letter. Step 1, complete a home loan application. You can do it online, in person, over the phone. Right? You're going to have to get a credit report. Your lender will need to pull a 3-bureau credit report that will show your credit scores, credit history, and your liabilities. Now, big myth. I hear people all the time, Ron, can you give me a quote, but I don't want you to pull my credit? Well, number one, your credit is one of the lowest items to determine what your credit score is. People are most worried about their pulling credit, and that counts for about 10% of your score. And they don't pay attention to the payment history and utilization. Combined, that's 65% of your score. So just be aware, the pulling of credit, unless you're having everybody under the sun pull your credit, it's not as big an issue as a lot of people are going to make it out to be. Step 2, we're going to document your assets. The next step to sending in your supporting documentation. That's going to help determine what you'll qualify for. This documentation will usually include last year's W-2s and 1099s, last 2 years' tax returns, paycheck stubs for the last 30 days, bank accounts, retirement accounts, and other asset information, proof of down payment funds, recent residential history. To speed up the pre-approval process, it helps to have these documents ready to go before you get started. Now, be aware, some of these items can be obtained by your lender electronically. So there's a service that some lenders will use. It's called account check. And that service, go in there, the lender sends you an invitation. You go in, give the service the authorization to generate a report, not access, but generate a report that's going to go to your lender, and that's going to give them the information they need to know what your assets are and where your money is coming from for your down payment. So got to have that. Step 3 is the underwriting process. The last step in pre-approval process is what is called underwriting, and is what will happen once you have completed your mortgage application and sent in your paperwork. Your lender should be able to get you your pre-approval letter within 24 to 48 hour period so you can start looking at homes. What is a pre-qualification letter? Most sellers today are asking for pre-approval letters, but some are allowing what's called a pre-qualification letter. Pre-qualification letter is usually easier and faster to get because it does not involve submitting your paperwork or verifying proof of funds or income. So that's a very, very low bar. Many realtors, sellers will not accept a pre-qualification letter. All they want is the pre-approval letter or a pre-underwrite. Spend the extra time to get pre-approved. But don't think that just because you filled out a mortgage application on some online website, you actually have a pre-approval letter, because you don't. And sellers agents know the difference. Spend the extra time to get pre-approval letter from a mortgage lender. It'll not only help you get in to see a home that you are interested in, but could also be what helps your offer get accepted when you're ready to buy that home of your dreams. Now, you can go one step further and get pre-underwritten. Yes, Geneva does do the full pre-underwrite. Takes a little bit longer. It's going to take another day or two. But that's when you're going to send in all your documentation. You can do everything you did for the pre-approval, but now it goes to a human underwriter. The pre-approval is going to an automated underwriting system. The full underwrite, it's called a TBD underwrite or a fast pass, or there's various other names. But that's when the underwriter actually goes through and looks everything over, says, I see everything I need and I approve this loan subject to. We need to get a property address. We need an appraisal and clear title. You can basically get that all done in 5 or 6 days. Because of the laws, usually looking about 10 days to get that done. So again, yes, Geneva Financial will do that information, do that for you. And you can talk with our team at Ron Siegel Radio. Our educators are always ready to help with that as well. You can also just give us a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Talk to one of the educators on the team. Just give you a little bit more heads up right there. That's is this a comment or a question? I didn't even see this over here. Edna, appreciate you checking in with us on a regular basis. Thanks, Edna. So let's continue on with our journey. Any other questions? Just give me a call. Again, 800-306-1990. Just a very brief overview of the benefits of having a pre-approval letter. I want to be sure to answer any questions. If you think of anything after the presentation, the workshop, give me a call again, 800-306-1990.